Hello everyone, welcome back to Optimal EV. Today we're going to be giving you a full build guide and rundown on the all-new 2022 BMW i4.
For those of you who have not seen our first impressions video on the i440 and the i4 M50, we did do them separately, but on this video we're actually going to combine them, but then score them differently at the end because one has the all-wheel drive and one has the rear-wheel drive.
Let's do it.
Before we jump into the build, I just want to show you all this chart we have built up with all of the colors from the 40 and the M50. Basically, the reason we want to show you this is because some of the colors on the 40 will not be available on the M50, and some of the 40 colors you do need to get M Sport on. So you'll see a little M Sport logo on it. That means you need the M Sport package on the 40 to get that color. The reason there is none on the M50 is because the M Performance package is standard on the M50. You're also going to see more expensive paints on the bottom. Those are individual paints. They will take longer for production. And then you'll also see another one that's even more expensive, which is the Frozen Portimao Blue. That's a matte finish that is only on the i4 M50 and has been kind of in every single advertisement that we've seen so far.
Here we are on BMW's configurator page. As you can see at the top, we have the i4 eDrive 40, which has a single all-electric motor with an output of 335 horsepower, an approximate range of about 300 miles, which is not yet EPA tested, but if it's anything close, that's a pretty good benchmark. The 0 to 60 is 5.5 seconds, all for the price of $55,400.
Then we have the i4 M50, which is about $10,000 more starting price at $65,900. We're going to build both of these up and kind of give you a max price with all of the options. The i4 M50 is a dual motor, so it would be all-wheel drive, unlike the rear-wheel drive i440, giving you 536 horsepower and 245 miles of range, which you are sacrificing that range due to the dual motor. But you will be getting a 3.70 to 60 times, so that's very fast, and BMW has been known to underestimate their numbers. So we'll see what happens, but we're going to jump into the i440 first. So here we are on the start of the build. You'll see we have two different trims, the Sport and the M Sport. The M Sport's going to cost an additional $2,400. Now what that will do is make it so that it'll go from a standard 18-inch rim to a 19-inch rim. And then what it will also do is make it so that the front bumper will have a little more body color. You can see as I selected here, they do redesign the whole front. And then on the side of the vehicle, you'll see like a hockey stick almost, and you'll get it all in black with two little flared wings. So when you go back to the regular Sport, you'll see how that changes to like a sort of gray, and it's kind of more simplistic. And then also in the interior, you'll get a different steering wheel on the M Sport.
I think for the money, this probably isn't worth it. I think a lot of the time the M Sport package is designed to make the car a little bit more aggressive, add that extra sporty look. But in my opinion, I think the regular sports package is really good. In all honesty, if you take a look at the car, it honestly even looks better in my opinion. I'm not sure that the M Sport is worth the extra $2,400 just for a steering wheel and a different wheel type.
Yeah, I agree. And normally I do think that it's worth the money to get the M Sport styling. But in this case, I think for electric cars, having the 18-inch wheels is definitely nice for range and potholes if you live in the area that we do. So maybe you want to skip that on this vehicle. Now we have the colors, which you can refer to back to that picture we had in the beginning of the video. It's probably the easiest way to see the differences from the i440 and the i4 M50. One thing we do want to mention is on the 40, in order to get two of the colors, the Portimao Blue and the Brooklyn Gray, you will need to purchase the M Sport package. Now, purchasing the M Sport, it doesn't make these colors free. You still have to add an additional $550, which is a little unfortunate, so you have to get both packages. But just like the i4 M50, almost all these colors come on that car as well, except for the jet black, which is the other non-metallic, and the skyscraper gray. So you can get that on the 40, but not on the M50.
Now for the wheels, as usual, BMW has a wide variety of different options that you can choose for them. Thankfully for me, I like the 18-inch gunmetal era wheels that come standard on this because that gives you better price and better range.
And then we have the option to get the 19-inch wheels on the standard Sport trim, which are these bicolor gunmetal gray wheels as well. They say gunmetal, but it looks like they put these caps over top of them. So it's the same style wheel it looks like, but they become a 19 with caps added on. Now, personally, I do love the wheels on the M when we select the M trim, but you can only get them if you upgrade to the M Sport package. There is 4 different selections on this car. It looks like there's a lot more, but really what that is a performance tire versus a all-season tire. So it's nice that they give you the option for that. And one thing BMW has been known for a long time is giving run-flat tires. Now, what's crazy is that for the i4 and the iX, they're offering you non-run flat tires in almost every single case. So that's something refreshing for a lot of BMW buyers who might not like the run flat tires.
We also saw this on the iX. It doesn't seem like BMW seems to be offering the run flats anymore.
Nope. Here we have the interior of the i4, and at the top you'll see we have 4 options for Sensitech, which is unusual because it used to be, for BMW at least, just beige and black, and now they'll have an option for Tacora red and cognac, so a saddle and a nice red interior, plus the regular beige. It's nice to see that almost every automaker is kind of pushing towards this Sensitech because it does feel almost exactly like leather, and apparently it does wear less as well.
I think this stuff looks good, so I'm glad that they're making it more affordable. However, if you do want to opt into the real leather, you have the option to do so for an additional $1,450, starting with Tacora red, going all the way down black, mocha, black, which you'll notice the second black that comes up is actually an M Sport exclusive package because it comes with the blue contrast stitching. So, that'll come with that additional package if you decide to go with that. Lastly, we have oyster and cognac, which I think cognac looks pretty sharp, just like the Sensitech.
Yeah, that's my favorite color. And one thing to notice when you do upgrade to the leather, you will get a kind of a different design in the middle here. So just pay attention when I switch them. You'll see those little bars in the middle. Now when I select back to the normal cognac, it's going to change. So it comes all flat here. I don't think it's a huge difference. Probably not $1,450 worth to get those bars, but just something to note for someone who is purchasing this vehicle.
BMW also offers a variety of different trim options here, and we're going to go through those.
So we have our black high gloss to start, which you will only be able to get in the Sport line. Then we have our open pore fine wood oak grain, my personal favorite. The high gloss fine wood ash grain. The aluminum. And then the aluminum rhombical anthracite. Now that is an M Sport specific, so you will have to upgrade to that package to get this one. I think this is another one of my favorites. One thing I do love is just not having gloss or fingerprints all over the trim. Some people like the gloss. I think it looks luxurious, which is true. But personally, I just can't stand seeing those fingerprints, and they definitely scratch really easily. Those little micro scratches.
For me, it's the dust. I hate when all the dust builds up and becomes really visible on those.
Yeah, you can see it on the glare.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. All right, now we're gonna hop into the options. So here we have our additional packages, and just to show you the differences, we have additional packages on the top and then separate options on the bottom. So we're going to start at the top with the dynamic handling package, which will give you a performance tire on the M Sport wheels. So you must have M Sport to get this package. And then you'll have the option for your M Sport brakes in blue or red. I personally like the red. What do you think?
I think I'd probably go with blue on a blue or a black car, but red for any of the others.
Yeah, I like that Brooklyn gray with the red for sure.
Yeah, that'd be sharp.
Then we have our adaptive M suspension. Now what that does is kind of make the different modes a little more drastic. So your comfort mode should be a little more comfortable and your sport should be a little harsher and a little more fun around the turns. And then we have a rear spoiler as well, which, personally, I'm a big fan of the spoilers. I don't know how much use they are, but
I honestly think this is a pretty good price for the package. For those of you who don't know, something like a spoiler on the back here actually helps with handling. With that aerodynamic, it increases the push down in the back of the car to give you better handling as you go around turns and, on the road.
Yes, we're going to add it. Playing with our fake money. Next, we have our driving assistance professional package, which is your active cruise control with your extended traffic jam assist. It's going to drive for you on the highway. We still haven't seen anything that shows it'll be able to drive fully for you on the side roads like Tesla has. But hopefully in the future we'll see some kind of updates for $1,700 though. It's not bad for what it's giving you.
Yeah, it's pretty good value. Both of us have actually experienced using this on the highway, and it's pretty good at what it does. It's definitely not comparable to something that Tesla does just yet, but for highway driving, it's actually really good.
Now we're going to scroll down and you're going to see we have the Shadow Line package. Now you will only be able to add this to the M Sport package. It is something that you can get right away on the M50 because the M Sport package is already on the car. But basically what it's going to do is it's going to add the black kidney grille for you. So when I select it, I know it's hard to see on the BMW website. You do have to jump back to the design screen to at least take a look at it. But you'll see right here, it has the black kidney grille, and as well as it gets rid of the chrome inside of the headlights. So you'll get a black trim above the headlight, which is really, really sharp.
Yeah, it's really good. I think if you're getting a black car and you intend to black it out, this is definitely the package to go with.
Yeah, you need it. We have a parking assistant package as well, which is your 360 cameras, something that almost every brand is doing now. It gives you front sensors, rear sensors, the 360 camera view, as well as a car wash view. So it shows you overhead if you need help lining up the tracks. And one thing that BMW has been doing is called Backup Assistant, where it actually memorizes how you drive. And what it's going to do is, let's say, for example, you pull in your garage at night, come back the next morning, you can actually select Backup Assist, and it will pull out of your driveway for you as long as you pulled in one motion, which is something that's really freaky.
Yeah,
it's like Ghost Rider.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Lastly, we have the premium package. Normally, BMW has like a convenience, a premium, and executive, but in this case, it's just the premium, probably because of some kind of part shortages. There's less options that are available. But what it does is gives you the heated front seats, the lumbar support, the ambient lighting, and the heated steering wheel. So basically just your essentials. Now we're going to scroll down. You're going to see your a la carte options, which are, starting with the drive recorder. You must have the parking assistant package to get this. What it will do is record your surroundings if you're ever in an accident and actually save them to the vehicle so that if you ever need it to prove anything in court, you can,
Please get this. Yeah. This is super helpful. It will save you so much stress.
It's $100. Get like one less coffee a month. It's fine. Then we have our heads-up display, which is one of our favorite options. A ton of different manufacturers offer this, and it's really cool being able to see your navigation inside of the glass.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, especially if you can control music through here. You get warnings if there's something wrong with the car, like a flat tire. So definitely convenient to have so you don't have to look down while driving.
Moving on, we have the heated front seats, which if you don't get the premium package, it is $500 alone just for that. The front ventilated seats are also an option for you, but you must get leather and a specific color of leather in order to add this, and it adds $1,450 to that build. Next up, we have ambient lighting, which is becoming really common option for a lot of BMWs. Only $250, so I guess if you really want to make the inside look cool, you should go ahead and grab that. And next up, we have Iconic Sounds Electric. I'm not really quite sure what that is. Do you?
Yeah, so it's actually Hans Zimmer. He's famous for making a lot of movies, doing the sounds for movies. He actually partnered with BMW to make these iconic sounds. So it should be, so the interior, when you're accelerating, you'll get options to change the sound, which is pretty damn cool.
So these are custom sounds for the car.
Exactly.
Wow.
Next, we'll have our Icon adaptive LED headlights with laser lights. Now, basically what that means is that you'll get this blue trim inside the headlight. So I'll show you real quick on the design page.
I think this might be Troy's favorite feature of any BMW.
Yeah, it looks awesome. You see those little blue accents there. It does make the headlights look a little more aggressive as well. One thing I just wanted to note about the builder site is that it's kind of annoying that you do have to select an option and then to see it on the car, you do have to jump back just to take a look at it. But, just small things. Besides that, the site does work really well. We have a wireless charging, which normally would cost a lot more for most brands or be included depending on who it is. But $200, I think, is not too bad.
I think they should have included that in a premium package. I don't think that should be something that's left out and have to be added on like just by itself for $200.
I agree. To add $200 to that $950 is really not too bad.
Right.
And then we have a personal eSIM 5G, so you'll be able to have 5G in the car. Let's say, for example, you have kids in the back using iPads. You'll be able to connect to the car instead of having no connection on them. Here is the Shadowline exterior trim, which we did mention up above. When you do get the extended Shadowline package up here, you do automatically get this Shadowline exterior trim. So it doesn't even let you take it. Oh, there you go. So it takes it off, but it takes a certain package off as well. Next, we have our BMW i Blue exterior accents. So that will be on the standard Sport line. So you won't be able to get that on the M Sport. But what it does is give you kind of blue trim all around the car, which matches great with the laser lights. We have two more options. One is going to be the Harman Kardon surround sound system, which is great. Does give you like a nice bass in the back as well as more speakers. So when you select it, it's going to tell you the multi-channel Harman Kardon surround sound system makes the car's cabin a colorful sound experience. Wow.
Wow, color in your ears. Can you believe that?
Yeah. What's crazy is you don't have to get the Harman Kardon to get the iconic sounds, though. So I wonder if it's higher quality when you get the Harman Kardon. Interesting.
That's a good thought.
And then the adaptive M suspension, which will come standard in the dynamic handling package, but you can get it separately here if you do prefer it. That brings our total summary to $59,400, not including destination charge. And then we have a couple accessory options here, which is just the chargers, which you do get standard, the flexible fast charger, and the NEMA 14 to 50 adapter. So that adapter is so that you can plug it into your wall at home.
Just like with the iX, BMW does offer a BMW wall box and installation. The reason you would get this is because it's weatherproof, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Next, we're going to jump into the i4 M50 and kind of show you some of the differences, but most of it is very similar, especially the interior and the colors that we went over in the beginning.
Now, here we are on the BMW i4 M50, and we start off with the M Performance package already coming standard, and you have the option for the Shadowline package upgrade for $400.
Yeah, so just to let you know, the previous version of the i440, you had to upgrade to the M Performance. Now it's standard, so it gives you those 19-inch wheels and all of that black trim that we talked about before. And then the Shadowline just basically changes those lights and adds the black kidney grille. For the colors, definitely refer back to the chart that we showed you in the beginning, but just briefly run over, we have no jet black available in the i4 M50, and then on the bottom you'll see no skyscraper gray, but we will have all of these options for the individuals, which are extra money, and an exclusive, the Frozen Portimao Blue, which again we saw in all of the ads.
So on the M50, you can see that there is actually an option for 18-inch wheels. They're a little bit different than the ones on the i440, but you can see that you also now can upgrade to 19 inches for free, no additional cost. It also offers you an additional option for 20-inch wheels, which is pretty cool if you want to add those on.
Yeah, they look pretty nice. I don't think I'd want to hit a pothole in them, though.
No, and I also think it might decrease your range, so look out for that.
Yep. Next, we have our upholstery, which is actually the exact same as the 40, so just refer back to earlier in the video, and you'll check that out.
So for the trim of the interior, we have all of the exact same options, except that they don't offer the black gloss, but they also have an additional option for carbon fiber, which has an additional cost of $550 because it requires ambient lighting.
Here we are back in our packages. You'll see we have the driving assistance professional package, which we went over, the parking assistance package we went over, the premium package, again, the same thing, and then the high performance tire package. Now this is different. What it does add the rear spoiler, just like the dynamic handling package, but it will also give you this 20-inch wheel, which wasn't an option on the previous 40, and the M technology package, which increases braking and drivetrain cooling systems, so it's better for track performing. On the bottom, we have our a la carte options, just like we went over on the 40, the drive recorder, the heads-up display, the heated seats if you don't choose to get the premium package, the ventilated seats. Again, you cannot get Sensitech with the ventilated, ambient lighting, adaptive LED headlights with laser lights, which I love, wireless charging, the personal 5G, and then something new, the M Carbon Exterior package. Now that's $2,800. What it's going to do is add carbon fiber all over the car. So if I go to design,
which again, wish we had some other way to, instead of jumping all the way back to the beginning, but
yes. So you'll see here on the front, you'll have a carbon fiber little side panel here, and then when you go to the back, you'll see a rear diffuser, a lot of carbon fiber around there as well, and then the rear spoiler up top has carbon fiber. Plus, you'll have the mirror caps each with carbon fiber. Pretty cool. I don't know if it's worth $2,800 though.
Yeah, I don't think so. But hey, if you're a big fan of carbon fiber, go for it.
Yeah, you're already spending $72,000. Then we have our Harman Kardon surround sound system, and now you can option to get the red brakes without having to get the dynamic handling package. So it comes standard with either the blue ones, and then you can get the red ones with no charge, which is really cool.
Yep. Moving on to accessories, we have the exact same options that we did on the i440, so not too much to go over there.
Then as a summary, you'll see this one we built up to $72,150 with pretty much every option on it. But, maxed out, it looks like for the 40, you're going to be somewhere in the mid 60s, maybe low 60s. And then for the M50, you're going to be in the low 70s.
Next, we're going to give you two separate scores for the i440 and the M50.
This concludes our build guide and rundown of the i440 and the i4 M50. I'm actually personally interested in looking at the i4 M50 and ordering one. It seems like a pretty incredible car. I know the range isn't, really all the way up to that 300 threshold that we love, but it still is very impressive otherwise.
Yep, and we'll make sure to give you as much content out of that car as we can. So, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the future.